What's up, guys? Clayton here from Packers Total Access. I just wanted to post a quick video. This is going to go out to Twitter and YouTube. And we just did a pod today called Chalk Talk. And that's going to be a new segment, a new episode, if you will, that we're going to run this year as a part of Packers Total Access, obviously on the PackerNet Podcast Network. So the goal with that is the first show immediately following the game, not the post-game show, right? When a game wraps up, we're going to do the post-game show. And then the following episode, whether it's, if we're having a Sunday game day, then the following episode will come on Tuesday. We're going to do a Chalk Talk segment. And we're basically going to take one, maybe two plays that were huge plays in the game, and we're going to break them down from an X's and O's standpoint, okay? So I want to keep this real quick. I want this to just be a 10-minute video because I want it to kind of work in unison with the pod we put out today, all right? So you've got the pod explaining explaining this specific play. And if you guys want a visual aspect, you can hop over to my YouTube channel, which you'll see the link in here. And when it goes live on YouTube, I'll try to share the link in the comments as well if it doesn't post. Still new at this, as you guys know. I'm about as technologically illiterate as they come, right? I have no idea how this stuff works, but we're going to fire from the hip and give it a shot. So what I'm going to do is pull up a Twitter account here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And this Twitter account is a really, really good one to follow, guys. I'm surprised they don't have more follows. It's at Packers_clips. And you can get this, like I said, on Twitter. He does a great job, he or she, I'm not sure who runs the account, of just posting Packers clips in a pretty successful manner as far as, even during the game, these clips are coming out in pretty rapid fashion. So what we've got here that we're going to break down, that we broke down on the pod earlier today, is a play from the first quarter of the Packers-Niners preseason week 1 game, right? And essentially what you have is it's 4th and 3, okay? And the Packers come out in what I call an 11-gun, empty strong left, 49-29-4, okay? Some people know this formation as an empty base flex strong left. Coach Hahn, who's a part of our network and does some outstanding work, he refers to it, and this is more of a West Coast terminology. He called it 11 NASCAR, tray left empty, Haas Y option, okay? Now, let me explain to you why I use the number system that I do, and it's somewhat archaic, okay? It's kind of out of date. This was used a lot in the 80s and 90s. Bill Parcells used this. This was what they call the East Coast offense terminology. And it's why when they talk about a coach coming in and taking over with a West Coast philosophy, the terminology completely changes. Basically, the way the East Coast worked was they would use a number system for the route tree, okay? So that's how they broke it down. I'm not going to go through the entire route tree. We did that on the pod today just to kind of explain what we're talking about. So when I say 11-gun, empty, strong left, let's talk about that formation real quick. First of all, it's 11 personnel, which means one running back, one tight end. You've got your one running back here at the top. You've got your one tight end here, which is Josiah DeGuara. And by the way, the running back is Taylor, okay? So, and then you've got a 3-wide set. Down here, you've got Juwan Winfrey, you've got Amari Rodgers, and then you've got the rookie Romeo Doubs, okay? And you guys have probably seen this play already in the results, but we're just going to kind of run through it and break down why it was effective, okay? So first of all, 11 gun empty, 11, we just broke down the 11 personnel. It's obviously a shotgun set. It's empty. There's nobody in the backfield with Jordan Love. So you essentially come out in 11 personnel. They show up with their nickel, and they've got to really respect the run. Well, you break the huddle, and all of a sudden you've got a running back out wide. You're automatically at the advantage, right? Now, as far as the numbers that I mentioned, 49, 29, 4, those are the routes off the route tree. And you go from left to right in this old archaic terminology. I keep saying archaic because it is. It's pretty out of date, but it's something that resonates with me. And it's an easy way, especially when you don't have a visualization of the play, like on the pod today, that I can try to explain what the route combinations are. So it starts left to right. Down here, the first number is 4. It's going to be a 4 route, which is typically a curl, okay? So he's going to go up the field roughly 5 yards and curl in. Now, understand that this is a 4th and 3 play. So with 3, only 3 yards off the ball is where the first down is, they are going to try to make it to the marker, okay? So it's somewhat short. 4 is the closest thing on the route tree that you have to this route that he runs, okay? So he's going to run a 4. The next number is a 9, which is a go route. So Amari Rodgers is going to run a go route, but it's what we call a fade 9 because not only is it a go route, he's going to kind of fade out. What they're looking to do here, guys, is bend off towards the sideline a touch and really, really put stress on this single high safety look right here. Okay, so the next number is 2. I put 2. It was probably originally a 9 route. To me, it looked like it was going to be a seam route. But you'll notice that when the ball is snapped, Josiah DeGuara immediately goes hot. He's what you call the hot read, okay? He's going to go hot because he recognizes a blitz that takes place, and he's looking to be the safety outlet for Jordan Love if he needs to check it down, okay? I went with 2 because 2 is a slant, and you'll see when the play starts, it's more of a skinny, but I put slant because the goal for Josiah DeGuara on this option play, and it's probably why Coach Hahn said why option in his terminology, is he's just looking to get right in here underneath as soon as this blitz takes place and give him that hot read, okay? Now you go on to the next route. You've got another 9 route, and you'll notice that with Romeo Doubs, yes, it is a 9 route, but it's a fade 9, just like on this side. So you can kind of see what's going on with the route combination. Up here with Taylor, it's the same thing as down here with Winfrey. He's just looking to run a curl. And the idea is you want to stretch the field vertically with 3 targets, right, with 3 receivers or tight ends, and see what these outside corners do, okay? See if the outside corners drop deep or not, right? They may be sugaring, and what we mean by sugaring is they may be showing press man here, but as soon as the ball is snapped or right before the ball is snapped, they may drop backpedal into zone coverage. In this case, it was 0-man coverage, okay? So again, you've got Winfrey, Rodgers, DeGuara, Doubs, Taylor, 11 personnel, empty backfield. You're forcing their nickel defense into a disadvantage by flexing the running back out. Sometimes you do pre-snap motion, and that accomplishes 2 different things. I think on this play, they just came set like this. But let's say they did do pre-snap motion, right? And they flexed him out. When he motions out, there's a number of different things the quarterback is trying to understand or gathering information, right? He's collecting data in real time. Basically, when the running back goes out, does someone follow him out? If so, that tells him it's man coverage, right? But also, it's going to allow him to recognize if it's zone, all right? So that's something that typically happens. In this case, I think they just came set like this out of the huddle. So, again, the defense is in what we call a single high look. You can see it looks like single high man off the ball, right? But this linebacker, nobody is covering DeGuara. So it kind of made you think, okay, are they sugaring? There's not a whole lot of sugaring that goes on in the preseason. However, it's possible, right? So what they're trying to determine is, why is no one on him? If no one's on him, he could drop into zone or maybe even bite underneath if it is a zone coverage, and they're showing single high. So that's a pre-snap recognition there, right? That's when you hear me talk about one of the most important attributes of a quarterback, and Aaron Rodgers does it better than anyone, is at the line of scrimmage, understanding what's the defense doing. Guys, there's a ton of information across this side of the ball right now, even before the ball is snapped. Let me give you an idea. First of all, nobody's on DeGuara. Does that mean it's zone, or does that mean he's uncovered? Second, look at how they're playing man. If you look right here, he's pretty much straight up on the receiver, right? Straight up on the receiver. Nobody on the tight end. Here, I want you to recognize this, though. Look at these 2 defenders here. They are inside. Notice how he is lined up. He's probably just inside Dobbs' left shoulder if the camera was behind Dobbs, right? So they're playing what we call inside technique or inside shade or just inside man, right? He's doing the same thing. Slightly lined up inside, shoulders turned in. What they're looking to do is they know on their side of the ball, and I'm going to go ahead and tip the hand here, they know that it's 0-man blitz, meaning 0. There's going to be nobody on the shelf up here. There's going to be no safeties protecting deep. Everybody's going to be in man coverage, which now that we know the cheat code, he is in man coverage on DeGuara, but he's trying to sugar a single high look, okay? So why are they playing inside technique on this side of the ball, guys? Because a quarterback's natural instinct, especially when it's an all-out blitz, is he wants to go to the front side. That's the more comfortable, especially, for a right-handed quarterback, the ball snapped, he turns right. It's more comfortable to hammer it underneath if you need to get the ball out quicker. So this is just one of those general strategies that a defense will use, trying to force the quarterback to somewhat play left-handed to try to, make him turn his body and look to the backside. And he's doing that by this pre-snap look of inside shade, okay? So now let's look at this. Let's recognize this. Let's say the quarterback is at the line of scrimmage and he needs to identify the mic. What that means is the center of the defense's pressure, okay? So when you ID the mic, when they call out the mic, it's going to set the whole protection for the offensive line. In this case, okay, he's going to ID the mic. This is your mic linebacker. Okay, so what that says is with him being the Mike in the center of what could be a 5-man blitz, okay, that means the center is going to pick him up, the guard is going to block him, the right tackle is going to block him, left guard here, left tackle here. Now, here's the issue. Is this guy playing man on DeGuara and he's just sugaring? Is it actually his own defense? That's where post-snap read comes into play, okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to start to roll this clip and we're going to move along, okay? I just wanted to explain all that in the beginning. And again, this ends up being a 33-yard touchdown pass from Love to Doubs, right? 0 man, 1 deep sugar. But here's the key. Watch as we roll it here. Okay, it's going to take just a second to kind of get cranked up. All right, so the ball is snapped. Now I want you to look here. The pressure, they ID'd the Mike perfect. There's your pressure, right? Coming. So what happens is the center, he goes wider than they were expecting. This is a great job between the center and the guard communicating. The center picks up the D tackle. The right guard slides to pick up that weak side linebacker. And the reason it's a weak side linebacker is because, again, this is strong left. The tight end was on the left side of the ball. But looky here. This is kind of a spy delay blitz, all right? And when it started, to me, it looked like, okay, it might just be a spy. Notice how he creeps up here. This guy's all out blitzing here, but that's what you call a delay blitz. So as the play unfolds, you now recognize what's going on, okay? What's going on is it's a 6-man pressure. This was not a single high look. He's in man coverage on DeGuara. So it's literally 0 man, and they were just sugaring the single high. So in my opinion, the correct read here would have been to dump it to DeGuara. See how open he is? And this is why I was saying I called it a 2, but it's really more of a skinny, a skinny seam route. So I guess it would technically be a 9 or almost even like a sit look where he hesitated coming out. Jordan doesn't even look there, right? Now, why does he not look there? He doesn't look there, and I'm going to back it up because of this inside technique, okay? Yes, he could dump it off, but he knows this guy's playing inside technique. This guy's playing inside technique. If it's man coverage, Doubs running a 9 fade is going to smoke this cat right here, okay? So as we roll the tape, what happens? Boom. And now I want you to look at Jordan. First of all, look at the pocket that's formed here, guys. This is absolutely perfect. You ID'd the Mike correctly. Now Jordan is responsible for this guy. They're bringing 6. We're only blocking 5. We only have 5 in protection. That means this guy is a free runner. He is on Jordan's plate. Jordan knows it's my responsibility to get the ball out before he gets to me. And again, he doesn't even look at DeGuara. And this is Jordan Love just looking to showcase that arm talent. Watch what happens. Boom, 3-step drop. Perfect. I mean, as soon as the back foot hits off a 3-step drop, perfect hitch. And look at the separation Doubs has up here. All day long. Beautiful play. Let's let it loop again. And I want to show you these route combinations that I talked about, okay? I'm going to stop it just a little ways in here. We're going to let it roll, and we're going to go across those combinations I was talking about. Okay, so look right here. Remember, I said 49, 29, 4. There's the 4, which is the curl. He's playing more to the first down marker. As soon as the ball snapped, when he sees this DB playing like this, he knows now it's man coverage. And he doesn't even have to be concerned with the free safety because the safety is on the opposite side of the hash. There's no way that safety's making a play on this ball. So he automatically looks and says, okay, this is my matchup. But look right here. You've got 4. Here's your 9 route with Amari. It's basically a go route that he's bending off into a fade pattern, okay? DeGuara, seam. I said slant. It's probably more like a seam, like I said. Here's your other 9 route with a fade principle. And then right here, you've got your other curl. So that's where you get the 49, 29, 4. 11 gun, empty strong left, 49, 29, 4. Again, that's the old terminology. As Coach Hahn said, 11 NASCAR, tray left empty, Haas, Y option. All right. So the things that really stands out to me here is it's a great pocket, first of all. And Jordan Love shows perfect rhythm. He knew where he was going with the ball. He decided quickly, 3-step drop. As soon as the foot hits, clean hitch. And here's the thing that really, really gets me excited. Guys, we've seen this in camp. We've seen the videos of Doubs burning Eric Stokes in mirror match press man coverage, meaning they're up on the line, just like in this scenario here. What Doubs recognizes here is this guy is playing inside technique. He knows he's got the 9 fade, and I want you to watch how he plays it. So what we're going to do is we're going to back up here. Excuse me. And I want to go back to another spot here. This is zoomed in on Doubs. And again, I want to give a shout out to @Packers_clips for giving us this footage. Really keying on Doubs here, guys. You've got the whole play lined up for you, right? You know exactly what the protection's doing. You know what all the routes are doing. You know that they try to sugar single high. It's man across the board. You've got the mock successfully identified. Okay, now Jordan knows he's got a limited time before that sixth rusher gets to him. Look at the inside technique, and I want you to watch Doubs. It would be real easy right here, guys, if a rookie wide receiver seen this, got excited, and just went straight into the fade. If he does that, there's a chance that this guy can stay in his hip pocket and cover this route. But watch what Doubs does off the line. Even though he knows he's already got the advantage, he wants to make sure he clears his route out. Watch what he does here at the snap of the ball. Look at this there. See how he jammed in? He jammed that left leg in. He tried to seal that inside route. And that's that guy's top responsibility is it's my job to take the front side slant away, the front side hot read away. Now watch what Doubs does here. Bam. Look how he gets his hand up. And look, he's already fighting him off with his hand. This is as good a release as you're going to get on a 9 fade. And I want you to look at the defender right here. He is 100% flat-footed. This guy is in trouble. I mean, he's leaning back almost like he looks like he's going to land on his rear end. And watch Doubs. Hand fight, bam. Couldn't get a clean press on him. Now, this is the thing. Look at the separation that Doubs has here. Like, guys, we talked about it. We talked about it on the pod. And I'm going to be real quick. We're going to wrap this up. I just wanted you guys to get a visualization. If you listen to the pod, you said, man, I wish I could see that in video form. Here it is. Doubs in NFL Draft Buzz was listed at 6'2", 204. He only ran a 4.52 40. But there's a thing called football speed, guys. And I want to point this out. He beat Eric Stokes on that release we seen the video. You remember them talking about the other day coming out of camp that Jair Alexander really challenged Doubs? He beat Alexander on the route. He got a clean release off of Alexander. He just didn't make the catch at the end, right? There's something to Romeo Doubs in his release. That's special. But this right here, this football speed, look at him pull away. That should have never happened. So 4.52 40, I don't care what anybody says, the dude has football speed. You've seen it with Eric Stokes. Eric Stokes ran an amazing 40 time in his underwear, right? Well, you put the pads on, and Romeo Doubs literally just cooks him, and you could see him throwing his helmet and all that. I mean, I think we've got something here. It's early. Don't get me wrong. This is preseason, and yes, there is vanilla looks. Of course, I don't know. It don't get much less vanilla than a 0-man blitz, especially with them sugaring too. For as many people that say they just line up, there's no pre-snap motion. Nobody tries to sugar or confuse. They just kind of line up and play. That's BS. You just got to know what to look for. But I'm going to go through this Draft Buzz scouting report real quick. Again, 6'2", 204, 4.52 40. His overall score was 82.6 out of 100 points. His hands were his weakest point, 78%. His short route running, 84%. Medium and deep route running, both 89%. And you're seeing it right here. You've seen it all camp long. Now, he does great making contested catches, but we've seen him drop some balls that were open in the preseason game right here against the 49ers. I don't like how he catches the ball either. You see how he kind of juggled that in? That's not to say he can't be a good receiver, but that's not the cleanest catch. Again, the scouting report, it's all right there on paper. 78% hands, the weakest spot of his game, right? But I think we got something. You could coach hands, right? The thing that you can't coach, though, is having someone with the ability and the understanding at the rookie level to say, you know what, I'm going to maximize this opportunity. I'm not just going to scorch him on the outside. I'm going to really make him commit inside right there. Again, I'm going to make him commit inside. Hand fight, we're off to the races. So I thought it would be cool to show you guys that clip. I got really, really excited when I seen it. And again, we did a chalk talk today on it. And just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of why that play was successful, maybe understand the terminology a little bit. Every team has different terminology. You got to understand that, okay? So don't think I'm sitting here trying to say that mine's right and Coach Hans is wrong or Coach Hans is right and whatever the Packers use in their specific, communication or whatever is wrong. Don't buy in any of that, okay? It's more about understanding the route combination and understanding why Romeo Doubs was successful there. Also understanding that Jordan Love had a bad game. We talked about on the pod. He graded out. I don't have the grade in front of me right now. I think he graded out in the 50s, right? That's not a good game. But at the same time, when he threw deep, Doubs screwed up a route earlier, or I think, yeah, it was either earlier or after. It might have been before or after that play. That should have been a touchdown as well, but Doubs screwed that up. Jordan Love was on point with his passes. Now, he made one really stupid interception where he tried to force it into Amari. It's the same exact type scenario as this play. The defender was showing inside technique, and for whatever reason, either he didn't see it or he didn't trust what he seen pre-snap. He snaps the ball, drops back, and tries to hammer it into Amari, and this guy has him blanketed on a slant route because he was showing pre-snap inside technique, inside shade, inside man, however you want to call it. So with that being said, there it is, guys. I know there was going to be some people asking me, man, I wish we had a video example of that. So that's why we did this here. It's on Twitter, but it's also on my YouTube page. So if you guys want, go to my YouTube page. It's now up and running. We're going to start putting content like this out on it consistently, probably more so than Twitter. Just go subscribe to the channel, and we'll make sure that you catch all that when we go live. So as always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world. Thanks for tuning in, and go Pack Go.